Good morning. How you guys doing? It's 6:30. I want to talk to you guys about prayer right now. And some of you have never prayed. Some of you, this is not something that you're comfortable with. And I get that. Most of us don't know how to pray. Everything that we start in life always starts out immature. As we grow, as we get older, as we get the repetitions in, it becomes something more mature. But like anything else, you have to do the work. You have to put in the repetitions. You got to go to it if you want to grow in it. What I found out is I'm going to tell you what I do that works for me, and I think it works for anybody that's serious about getting better in this issue of prayer. Because I took it straight from the Bible, and I've listened to other people that have done similar things. So I also had an issue with prayer where I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how to say it. I didn't see the purpose and the fruit of it. I said to myself, God knows everything. Why do I need to pray? Why do I need to say what he already knows I'm thinking? But it's a little more dynamic than I thought. Number one, we know that in prayer, we bring our hurts to God, and I think we only come to him sometimes when we're in real trouble, when we're in big trouble. But the idea of bringing him our hurts, our difficulties, is for us to say, Lord, I need to be healed from this. I need to be healed from this thing that is so hurtful and painful, whether it happened yesterday or 20 years ago. So what you do is you bring it before the Lord and you say, I need to be healed, and then you let him talk. And he begins to talk to you in your mind and say to you, this is why it happened. This is what the purpose and the reason that it happened. And what you'll see is every single time, the reason for the pain is not just growth. Growth is number one, but also it is so that you can become someone that can heal others. Because other people are going through the same thing. And you can become a healer of other people by being experienced in this situation. So when you heal from it, you have the integrity and you have the experience to say, listen, hey, I've gone through that. Okay, whether it's some trauma from childhood or some addiction you may have, if you bring it before the Lord, not only will he heal you, he will make you a healer of others. And that way you can point back to him. The other thing is, and I've said this in my previous videos, is you got to listen to your conscience throughout the day. If something in your conscience yesterday, if your conscience spoke to you and said, don't do that, and you did it, you should be feeling some pain. God won't let you get away with doing things that he's against without you feeling some kind of either guilt or shame, which are the lowest forms of emotions. And so when something happened like that the day before, whether it's porn, you maybe got into a fight with someone, you ate too much, whatever it is that your conscience said don't do that, and you did it anyways, I know about it. That's something you bring up in your prayers in the morning and say, look, I did this, Father. How do I not do it? What do I have to do to avoid this thing? Trust me, he will guide you away from that so that you won't do it again this day. He will give you the blueprint, the map, the plan, the strategy. And it's up to you, still up to you, but you have a more clear way of knowing how to avoid it. And the third thing, and I think one of the part that I like the most is, you know how people be like, thank you God for this food, thank you for this hot dog I'm about to eat. And that's good, thank God for your food. But I think in prayer, in your time with God, you should be honest about what you're grateful for, whatever it is. But not just say thank you, but also ask him how to show your gratefulness for that. For example, if you say, thank you for my wife, how can I show you that I'm grateful? And he'll tell you, he'll show you, he'll give you the strategy. He wants to do life with you. And so I think we make it to the point where we make God religious. And when we're the ones that are religious, he hates religion. He hates that separation between man, his creation, and himself, because it's not real. It's not based on truth. It's not even common sense. You know, we throw sense out of the way as if God doesn't have any common sense, when he has the most common sense. Wisdom is the highest form of common sense. And when we say thank you, that's good, but you haven't finished yet. You have to also ask, how can I show you that I'm grateful? And it will be powerful, whatever he tells you to do. You might say, thank you, God, for my car. And he'll be like, I want you to give somebody a ride. Thank you for my house. Well, I want you to do some meetings in your house to bless some other people. He might do that. That's just how he is. If you say, God, use me, like I did a few months ago, a few years ago now, I said, God, use me, pour me out as an offering. He will. And there's some growing and some challenges that are necessary to grow you before it's all said and done. But it's all good. It's all for your benefit. It's all to show you how you're doing. Do you understand that? When we're going through difficult times, it's a test. And the test is for you to see how you're doing. He already knows how you're doing. He knows all things. You're the one that needs to see, wait a minute, I'm not doing as well as I thought. I'm not the person I thought I was. Sometimes we don't even know ourselves. And that's part of the test, to reveal to us our true character. My character was all over the ground, all over the trash. And my excuses were, well, everybody's like this. Everybody does the same thing. Nope. Incorrect. That's not an excuse that's valid. That's not an excuse that's going to fly, because you are responsible for the people looking at you. Your people, your family, your co-workers, your students, whoever you deal with every day is looking at you as a leader. And you can't say, well, everybody is all messed up, so I'm going to be all messed up. Incorrect. Wrong. You're supposed to, for them, step up and be the leader that you needed when you were younger. You need to be that person you needed as you were growing up, and you maybe didn't have ever. Well, now it's your turn, and let's see how you're doing. That's why these tests. That's why these challenges. That's why God allowed it. That's why he wants you to bring it to him in the morning and be like, what's going on with this? What's the issue here? And I understand what I'm saying. I do understand. It might mean for me that I got greater challenges ahead of me. I get that. It's going to reveal how I'm really doing, because I might think I'm doing great and I might not be. So I welcome the challenge. I welcome the difficulty. You don't know how many times I walked out and it was either cold or rainy. And the question there is, do you really want this? Do you really want to do this thing? Be a model of a man to other men. Do you really want it? Because then you have to go out in the rain, in the cold, or when it's raining and cold, which is, to me, the worst. But it was the best that day, because after I finished that ruck and I came back home soaking wet and cold, I was like, you know what? There's something in me that is able to overcome challenges and adversity that is just awesome. Thank you, God, for putting that there. I didn't even know it was there. You know, I remember my days as a Marine when I had the vision to do whatever it takes to accomplish the mission. But something happened. I lost that. But it's still, the person that God made still is inside of there. That capacity for overcoming adversity is still in there. It's still in you. You have it. You have so much strength inside of you, but it has to be drawn out sometimes, because we prefer comfort. We prefer to be comfortable. We prefer easy. The body, the flesh, whatever you want to call it, it's just it likes it easy. But men were not made for easy. Most of life is difficulties with a little bit of restoration in between. And then you go right back to difficulty. Isn't that how the day is formatted? Work, work, work all day, and then rest, and then go back right to it. That's how life is too. But it's good. It grows you, it challenges you, it moves you, and it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth living. Your life is worth living, my friend. So take my challenge and act like men.